Hello and welcome back to our channel. So we'll start the next question for the rapid quiz. Let's dive into it. First question. Which of the following factors contributes the most to more effective team communication? A. Performance appraisal. B. External feedback. C. Conflict resolution. And D. Co-location. You'll have 5 seconds. Think your answer and we'll be back with that. So the answer is co-location. How? Co-location, being in the same physical space, is the single most powerful factor for effective team communication, as it enables informal, non-verbal, and spontaneous communication. Second, when creating smart metrics, what should the project manager consider for the last letter of acronym? Option A, technical. Option B, timely. Option C, team. And D, testing. You'll have 5 seconds. So the answer is timely. How? The T in the SMART acronym stands for timely or time bound, meaning the goal has a deadline which is crucial for project objectives. The other are incorrect as they are all relevant project concept, but do not form the standards. Universally accepted definition for a standard objective is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. Next question. Project managers' responsibilities include gathering data on actual start and finish dates of activity, along with remaining durations for work in progress. The work you are doing is part of A. Cost variance analysis, B. Backlog refinement, C. Performance review, and D. Critical path analysis. You'll have 5 seconds. So the answer is performance review. So, how? Gathering data on actual start and finish dates as well as remaining durations for work in progress is a part of performance review, which is fall under monitoring and controlling process group. Next. Scrumban is a hybrid agile framework where teams use Scrum as a project management framework and Kanban for process improvement. What should the project team avoid ensuring a smooth implementation of this hybrid frame? A. Organize the project work into small sprint. B. Uses Kanban board to visualize and monitor the work. C. Manage the work by using work in progress limits. And D. Establish unique or predefined roles for the project. So the answer is establish unique and predefined role for the project. How? Scrum often adopts the lean flow principle of Kanban, which emphasizes a fluid minimum role structure to promote self-organization and continuous delivery. Rigid predefined roles are a Scrum feature that Scrumban tends to minimize or avoid. The other three are incorrect because these are core practices used in the hybrid Scrumban model. Sprint for time boxing, Kanban board for visualizing flow, and WIP limits for improving efficiency. Next question. A team uses an agile method realizes that each project may require a slightly tailored set of policies, practices, and processes to meet the project's unique characteristics. Its core value includes people interaction, community skills, talent, and communication. Which framework should the project manager formally implement next to instill the core values? A. Kanban, B. Dynamic System Method Development Method, C. Crystal, and D. Extreme Programming. So the answer is Crystal. Why? The Crystal family of the methodologies is explicitly defined by its core focus on people interaction and community, and the principle that the process must be tailored to the specific project environment. Next question. What decision making thought process can be used on projects that follow an adaptive delivery method? A. Internal rate of return. B. Situation statement. C. Real option. And D. Feature injections. So the answer is real option. How? Real option is a decision making technique used in highly uncertain adaptive environments to delay a large irreversible investment or decision until the team has gained more information or maximizing flexibility. Next question. Thinking requires a holistic view to positively impact project performance. What should the project manager do to ensure alignment across project, program, and portfolio? A. Provide frequent updates to program and portfolio managers. B. Recognize, evaluate, and respond to system interaction. C. Schedule system integration and user acceptance test. D. Manage quantitative, and qualitative risk proactively. So the answer is recognize, evaluate, and respond to system interaction. How? Thinking is fundamentally about understanding the intercore connected connectedness of components, interactions, and actively managing them to ensure that local actions align with and supports the broader goals of the program and portfolio. Next question. Okay, all projects are risky since they are unique understandings with a varying degree of complexity that aims to deliver benefit. Organizations take a pragmatic approach to managing risk in a controlled and intentional manner to create value while balancing risk and rewards. How are risk managed and understood in variability agile program? A. Frequent reviews of deliverables at the end of the project. B. Promoting knowledge sharing among the team members. C. Project managers accessing risk at the beginning of the project. D. A risk specialist manages the risk in high variability agile project. So your answer is promoting knowledge sharing among the team members. How? In complex high variability project, risks are emergent, unknown, and unknowns. The best defense is for the cross functional team to continuously collaborate and share knowledge, enabling them to spot and respond to new risks uh, collectively and immediately. Next question. As stakeholder require an identified issue will be locked for resolution. Once resolved, they will be documented with several information items. The following are examples of possible information item recorded in the issue log except A. Follow on action agreed upon by the relevant stakeholder. B. Root cause analysis on the issue. C. How the issue was resolved. D. Result of the project risk analysis. So the answer is the result of the project risk analysis. How? Uh, Risk analysis result which identify potential future problems are recorded in the risk register. The issue log tracks problems that have already happened. So option A, B, and C is the correct, and D is not the correct one. Next question. What is an organizational construct that focuses on the flow of value to customer through the delivery of specific product and services? Option A, value stream. Option B, user story. Option C, sprint planning. And D, smoke testing. So the answer is value stream. How? A value stream is the entire set of steps and activity, organizational construct required to deliver project or services that provides value to the customer. Next question. Which agile or adaptive method incorporates the following rules? Project manager, chief architect, development manager, chief programmer, domain expert, and class owner. Option A, Scrum, B. Extreme programming, C. Kanban, and D. Feature driven development. So the correct answer is feature driven development. How? FDD is recognized as one of the most role intensive agile methods, featuring specific defined titles like chief programmer and class owner to manage the design and construction aspects of the solution. Why option A, B, C is not correct? As Scrum, XP, and Kanban use few, if any, structured role and none use the specific titles listed. Next question. An estimate that states within this month instead of the second week of this month demonstrate which estimating aspects: A. Range, B. Accuracy, C. Precision, and D. Confidence. So the answer is precision. Precision refers to how specific and exact an estimate is. Within this month as is less precious, a broader range than the second week of the month. Next. So, how should the project management manager explain the difference between quality and grade to the project team? High quality is always a problem and low grade is not a problem. B. Low quality is always a problem and low grade is not a problem. C. Both low quality and low grade are always a problem. D. Low quality and high grade are always a problem. So the answer is low quality is always a problem and low grade is not a problem. How? Quality is the degree of to which requirements are met. Grade is a category of feature. Example, basic versus premium. A low quality product is always bad. A low grade product, one with fewer features, is acceptable, provided it was explained that way. Why option A, C, and D is not correct? The reason is low quality defects, poor performance is always a problem. Low grade, few features is only a problem if it doesn't meet the planned requirement. Next question. During project execution, few changes were brought to the attention of the team. The changes are needed, but everyone has different opinion on what they think and is right. What should the project manager do? A. Ensure that all stakeholders understand and follow the change management plan. B. Meet the project sponsor and the board to address the issue. C. Meet the team member to review the issue and request changes where needed. D. Apply all required changes to the project and communicate with them. So the correct answer is ensure that all stakeholders understand and follow the change management plan. Why? The first most foundational step in managing conflicting opinion about needed changes is to use the established process. The change management plan provides the formal step like review board prioritization to resolve disagreement objectively. Next question. The project team defined the detailed scope and received approval before the start of the next iteration. They have been repeating this process every month for the past 6 months. Now, whenever they encounter changes, they do their best to incorporate them into the next iteration detailed scope. This project team is likely following which life cycle: A. Predictive, B. Scope driven, C. Incremental, and D. Adaptive. So the correct answer is incremental. The key phase is define detailed scope before the start of each iteration and delivering usable increments. This is the definition of the incremental life cycle, which deliver subsets of the product in chunks. Next question. The project management plan document the collection of output of the planning processes. What should the project manager include in the project management plan? A. How changes will be monitored and controlled and how to negotiate with subcontractors. B. How work will be executed and how to control quality to accomplish the project objective. C. How to communicate with the stakeholder and how to develop and manage the project team. D. How changes will be monitored and controlled and how to communicate with the stakeholders. So the answer is how work will be executed and how to control quality to accomplish the project objective. How? The project management plan is a comprehensive document that integrates and consolidates all subsidiary plans and baseline developed during the planning process. It outlines how the project will be executed, monitored, and controlled and closed. Next question. Acceptance criteria are the set of conditions that are required to be met before deliverables are accepted. What should the project team agree on regarding the acceptance criteria? A. Acceptance criteria are defined by the QA. B. Every user story has unique acceptance criteria. C. Acceptance criteria are only used in agile project. D. Done criteria is the same as acceptance criteria. So the answer is every user story has a unique acceptance criteria. How? Acceptance criteria are specific to the feature or deliverable being built. Since every user story describes a unique piece of value, it must have its own unique set of conditions that the customer will use to accept it. Next question. Tracking team performance, providing feedback, resolving issues, and coordinating changes to enhance project performance are all part of which process? A. Developing a team. B. Optimizing resources. C. Managing a team. And D. Resolving issues. So the answer is managing a team. How? Managing a team process includes monitoring the team's performance, providing feedback, resolving conflicts or that's issue, and coordinating changes to improve overall team effectively. Next question. Agile releases planning provides a high level summary timeline to release the schedule based on the product roadmap, its vision, and evaluation. What are the average length of time typically considered for a high level summary timeline of a released schedule? A. 2 to 5 months. B. 3 to 6 months. C. 1 to 6 months. And D. 2 to 6 months. So the answer is 3 to 6 months. How? A high level agile releases plan, often called a roadmap or forecast, typically spans 3 to 6 months. This provides a balance between long term vision and enough details to be relevant. Why A, C, and D is not correct? While choose the range of 3 to 6 is the most common and established standard for an agile release plan's forecast horizon. Next question. What is the most common logical relationship in a precedence diagramming method? A. Finish to start. B. Start to finish. C. Finish to start. And D. Start to start. So the correct answer is finish to start. The finish to start relationship is the most common relationship in project schedule, where a precedence's activity must finish before a successor activity can begin. Example, dig foundation must finish before pour concrete on start. Why BCD is incorrect? While as start to finish, finish to finish, and start to start relationship are used in PDM, they are less common when the foundation FS relationship. Next question. What are some examples of log and register artifact that a project manager may produce in a project? A. Issue log and risk adjustment backlog. B. Change control plan and iteration plan. C. Dashboard and histogram. And D. Activity list and user story. So the correct answer is issue log and risk adjusted backlog. Logs and register are dynamic documents used to track items over time. The issue log and risk register are its agile counterpart, the risk adjusted backlog, are primary example of these artifacts. Why BCD is incorrect? A plan is a subsidiary document, a dashboard or histogram as a report visualization, and an activity listed or user story as an input requirement format. Next question. The project sponsor request a monthly meeting with the project manager to allow the project manager to present status information in a person rather than sending a report by email. This additional activity requires an update to A. Project charter, B. Communication management plan, C. The stakeholder management plan, and D. The project's change control process. So the correct answer is the communication management plan. The communication management plan defines what information is sent, when to whom, and how. The method, changing delivery method from email to in-person meeting, requires an update to this plan. Next question. The project sponsor wanted to measure the business value that the project will contribute to the organization. Which measurement can the project manager potentially recommend? A. Cost benefit ratio and return on investment. B. Net promoter score or mood chart. C. Plan versus actual benefit delivery and mood chart. D. Net promoter score and the present value. The correct answer is net promoter score and the net present value. To measure business value, the project manager should recommend metrics that reflect both financial performance and customer impact. According to the PM book guide, especially within the value delivery system and measurement performance domain, these two metrics are highly relevant. Next question. A project manager is working on an agile project. The project sponsor is looking for a detail established for the project. What should the project manager say to the project sponsor? A. Detail established are reserved for short-term planning horizon in a just-in-time fashion. B. Detailed estimates cannot be provided for project being executed in an agile environment. C. Detailed estimates can only be provided once the full scope of the project has been defined. D. Detailed estimates are subject to the change, so they are not applicable to the agile project. The answer is detailed estimates are reserved for short-term planning horizon in a just-in-time fashion. How? In Agile, estimates follow in the principle of rolling wave planning. Detailed estimates are only provided for the immediate future, short-term planning horizon because requirements further are not yet stable. Next question. In a dash life cycle, the deliverables are developed over multiple iterations where a detailed scope is defined and approved for each iteration when it begins. A. Agile, B. Predictive, C. Hybrid, and D. Incremental. The answer is incremental. How? The incremental life cycle involves defining scope for an iteration, completing the iteration, and delivering a finished, unusable deliverable that represents an increment to the total product. Next question. Project Management Office hired a consultant to train their project manager to become better leaders. The consultant recommended that a project manager uh, concretes on removing obstacles, serving as diversion shield, and encouraging development opportunity for the team members. This behavior are indicative of what leadership style. A. Laissez-faire. B. Servant leadership. C. Charismatic. And D. Interactive. So the answer is servant leader. How? The servant leader prioritizes the well-being and development of the team member, and their primary role is to serve the team by removing impedi- impediments, or the team can perform their work efficiently. So, thank you for your time, and do like our video and also subscribe the channel. Do share this video to the people who are doing their CAPM. Thank you so much.